All right, so I'm really leaning towards this alternator. The battery draw test, we left the lights on for minutes. Voltage didn't drop to less than 10 volts. Well, without cranking it, it didn't drop to even 11 volts. So, and that's at the DLC connector. So, not bad. However, right now there's no ripple. The lights aren't flickering. Truck's running beautiful. Steady at 14.3 volts. The needle isn't waving back and forth. So, very interesting. And by the way, a tip, roll your window down before you get out of the truck. It tried to lock me out. Luckily, I had the window down so I could push the button in here, because that's the way these things are. Too smart for their own good. Got our amp clamp on here. Right now, going to this fuse box is 44 amps. Here's the layout. Positive battery terminal. That goes to the fuse box. Here's a 125 mega fuse. I don't know why they have this stupid cover on here. Yep, so that goes to our other fuse box, the red wire. There's our alternator, and the power wire from the alternator comes in through here, right to the positive terminal. And which wire goes to the starter? I'm guessing the fat one. Yeah, that one goes down there. This guy's our alternator wire. So right now it's all happy. We can measure the charging current and get our jaws around. I think it's this wire. Yep, 57 amps right now. That's what it's putting out. All right. And it's going to the battery and the fuse box. So the battery is being charged right now about 10 amps. Check that by putting it on one of the ground wires. 37 amps. So we want to put it around both of the negative wires to see the total. I don't like that this terminal is a little loose. Let me tighten that up. My question is, could a loose battery terminal be causing this issue? Let's think about that. The vehicle cranks up, right? So that's the biggest current draw. And except for that one time, I guess it kind of had a hard time. So I'm almost wondering if, let's see how loose it was. Yeah. We have to do another experiment here. Okay, put that on there. Got our amp clamp. Stick it for another spin. I wanted to see that ripple again on our scanner. I can't believe it. That's it. The truck is freaking fixed. It was the battery connections. So let's recap here. Here's what a good voltage trace should look like. A flat, clean line. 14.5 volts, spot on the money. The needle during the test drive stayed planted. It didn't do this. No flicker in the lights, no anything. The truck is 100% fixed. No parts required. Didn't need a battery, didn't need an alternator, just needed an 8mm wrench and a 1/4 turn on those terminal posts. But so some people might say, Ivan, why didn't you just check the battery terminals? It would have taken 2 minutes. True. However, what would you have learned there? Yeah, you would have fixed the truck, I guess. But that's not really the point of diagnostics. You wouldn't really prove anything. You would have gotten lucky. But, you know, first we have to recreate the symptoms. And just by looking at the wiring diagrams, we narrowed it down pretty well. You know, it was a bad connection from maybe not the positive. It was, you know, on the ground terminal, but still the problem, we went right to the problem, which was key, the thought process. And, you know, we proved in the scope that when you turn the key off, we had this huge voltage drop. Now, were we losing a power, or we could have been losing a ground, right? Since the ground post is looser than the positive. Let's see what happens when we turn the key off right now. Ready? Key off. That's it. That's what you're supposed to see. Remember before we saw a huge drop. And the voltage right now is at 12.1. Slowly dropping. Key on. 11.9. Beautiful. Right back up to the set point. Absolutely no flickering lights. No ripple. So that's another lesson here. If you see a ripple on the scope, you automatically think bad alternator. Not the case. What does the battery do? What's its function? Well, obviously it's a reservoir of energy, and it's like a buffer. You know, think about it. Alternator's filling the bucket, and the rest of the vehicle accessories are drawing from that bucket. If you take that bucket away and just have the alternator and accessories, there's no buffer really. So the alternator can keep up unless your engine speed's really low. Then that's when we saw the flickering. You need a good buffer. You need the battery there to smooth everything out. I mean, look how flat that line is. It's ridiculous. That's perfect. Before we had all this hash, and you could see the ripple, and you raise the RPMs up, and then it kind of smoothed out. Honestly, it did look like a bad alternator. We're kind of on the path there. Then it kind of fixed itself. How often does an alternator with a bad diode fix itself? Not very often. And yeah, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, look at that. Just rock steady needle, no more oscillations. So yeah, definitely check the basics. But at the same time, I think we learned quite a bit on this one, even though the problem was really simple. I mean, it wasn't corrosion. It was just a loose bolt on the battery terminal. So, looking forward to the comments on this one. Appreciate everyone watching. Hope you learned something new, and stay tuned for more. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Little bonus footage. Almost forgot to mention. If we had a bad connection at the battery, how the heck did the engine crank so well? Well, one time it didn't. But when there's that much current flow, trying to get to wherever it's going, and the connection's bad, sometimes it'll actually weld, spark and weld the connection together temporarily. So, that's how this truck was cranking. Even at 150 amps, made it right through. However, as the truck is running, that battery was not being charged. It was that small current had a hard time getting through that connection. And that's why we had the flickering lights, and It was just, that's the variable there. So just because the vehicle cranks okay, you assume the connection's fine, but that was not the case here. Truck's fixed, poor connection to the battery. Yeah, again, comments down below. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.